Hi, I'm Andrew Storie with the Orlando Law Group.
Drew, what legal documents should every senior have?
Well, everybody needs, at the very least, a will. But there's some other additional documents that will be very helpful, such as a durable power of attorney that helps somebody take care of your finances if you become incapacitated, a living will, designation of healthcare surrogate, and a HIPAA release. The HIPAA release allows doctors' offices to give your loved ones permission to get your medical records.
What happens when families avoid estate planning?
Well, things can get really costly. If you avoid estate planning and you die without a will, then you're going to have to go through the process of probate. Probate is very expensive. You're also going to be intestate. That means you die without a will. That means you don't get to control who has your stuff, who gets it. No, the state of Florida will make those decisions for you, and it may not be what you want.
What's the biggest probate misconception?
The biggest misconception is that will avoids probate. Actually, when you do have a valid will, you still have to go to probate. The will, though, lets you pick who gets your stuff instead of the state. But you still will have to go to probate if you have a will.
How does not having a will cause family conflict?
Well, when you die without a will, your family's just uncertain as far as how to divide up your assets. And a lot of times that causes a lot of family disputes and arguments and hurt feelings.
How can families avoid probate headaches?
That's a great question. The best way is to avoid probate altogether. One good tool is having a trust. A trust will keep your assets out of probate. But there's some other tools that you can do to avoid probate as well. In your house, you can set up a ladybird deed that will help transfer your house upon your death, avoiding probate. Other things are making sure you have your other assets like your retirement accounts and your bank accounts have a payable and death provision in there. And those assets then will fall outside of probate.
What are common mistakes with wills or trusts?
Well, the most common is just improper execution and for wills and not doing it the correct way, not knowing the law. The law changes quite a bit. And for a trust, it's not funding it. So many people pay money, they have a trust set up, but they never put the actual items into the trust.
When should people update estate plans?
General rule of thumb is about every 3 to 5 years, check your estate plan to see if it's still what you want and how you want it to be. The other issue, though, too, is if there's a major life event. There's a death in the family, a marriage, grandkids are born. At that point, any major life event, you want to go ahead and change those beneficiaries in your will.
Why is hiring an attorney for estate planning important?
It's very important to have an attorney help you through the process. Number one, as I said just a little bit ago, the law is constantly changing. So there's a lot of changes that are going on. Attorneys are up with that. They keep up with the law. They make sure those changes are there. Also, there's a lot of really weird rules in Florida when it comes to estate planning. And to make sure that your wishes are actually able to be fulfilled, the attorney can help guide you through that process.
What legal issues catch families off guard?
The biggest thing that catches families off guard is some of the unique laws we have here in Florida. So for instance, people think you can disinherit children. You're allowed to, but you cannot disinherit a spouse. People are surprised by that. Also, there are some funky rules when it comes to homestead property and who it can be left to and whether or not your new spouse even can inherit it if you have children from another marriage.
What advice would you give to families putting this off?
Don't put it off. It's very, very important. Life is unexpected. You never know what's going to happen. So it's always best to be prepared. And the process, though, is not as daunting as it sounds. Estate planning is probably one of the cheapest things legally you can do to protect yourself. You will save so much money, time, hassle, and you'll steal and take away all the stress from your family if you go ahead and get these affairs in order now rather than wait till after you pass away.
And Drew, one final question. If someone watching this is overwhelmed and doesn't know where to start, what would you tell them?
Give us a call. We have attorneys here at the Orlando Law Group willing to sit down with you, walk you through the process, tell you about it, inform you, educate you so you can make the right decision for you and your family.